Today in studio we have Sheraan Amod, founder of Recommend, an online booking platform where you can book doctors and dentists, etc. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for being with us today. So Recommend is where people can just log in and look for doctors, dentists. Tell us about the concept. How did it come about?
So I was living in New York a couple of years ago, and whenever something would happen to me and I needed to go and see the doctor, it was so easy for me to go online.
Yeah.
I'm in a new place. I didn't really know where to go, and
Yes.
no one does anything by making phone calls in the United States anymore. You know, that's sort of very 10 years ago. So
Yeah.
I went online, searched for a doctor, and I started to compare these pictures of doctors and their reviews, and I could actually see their availability.
Yeah.
So I booked one later that day, and I went and I saw him. Now, when I moved back to South Africa and I came back to Cape Town, both of my parents happened to be doctors, and I started to think, I need to build something to fix this problem. I mean, the fact that we still are using phone calls
Yes.
and waiting in lines to see our doctor, and the fact that if we move town, we don't know where to find a new doctor, just makes no sense. So I built Recommend, which
Okay.
is an online healthcare booking platform and marketplace where any consumer can find, book a doctor online, and also read reviews or leave a recommendation of them. And really, by doing that, we're saving people tons of time. No more
Yeah.
phone calls, no more waiting in lines, and we're giving them a lot of choice as well, because they can make an informed decision of where they go.
So when was this?
This was back in late 2013,
Okay.
and it's been an interesting couple of years since we were really the first to pioneer the concept at scale in South Africa. We've since integrated with most of the healthcare technology systems in the South African market. We've also brought a lot of major big names as customers, such as the likes of Discovery, Medicross, Clicks, and others.
So which means it has been received well, both by corporates and the ordinary people or South Africans.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you understand the old entrepreneur tale of first they laugh at you, and then they ignore you, and then eventually they join you. So
Yeah.
that's pretty much what happened to us. We just persisted and persisted, and we believe we created the best product, and we showed it to everyone, and we got some early guys. Back in 2014, we had 100 or so doctors who said, yeah, we really like this platform, and with their success, we shared it with others, and now we've got over 1,500 doctors and clinics on our platform just in South Africa.
Wow. So you're talking about persisting and persisting. What has been your challenges?
What hasn't been a challenge?
What
I
hasn't
would-
been a challenge? Okay.
You know, I'd say that there's numerous, but I think the main things that face any entrepreneur, and that's the challenge of customer acquisition
Okay.
and finance. You know,
All right.
entrepreneurs are often product people. We understand the problem we're trying to solve. I wanted to build something that gave users an amazing experience when trying to find
Based
a
on your
doctor or
own
clinic.
experience, right?
Absolutely, we're trying to solve our problem, and you do that,
Yeah.
and then you think, oh man, the whole world should use this. And
It's amazing.
Why isn't
Great.
everyone buying from us? So the challenges were really around saying, how do we get to 1,000? That was the big number. In the beginning, it was 100 and 1,000.
Doctors who have booked with you
Correct.
guys.
Doctors on our platform, that consumers, that people, that the general public can book in with. And how do we get a couple of big customers, big groups, these corporatized groups of doctors
Yeah.
on our platform? And we did that through persistence, through communicating over and over again, and making sure that we communicated the value that we could add to doctors and organizations. So by constantly telling them, look, by coming on board with Recommend, you can make your patient experience much better by adding
Yeah.
technology to your practice. That's easy to do, and you can be online. You can also get a lot more new patients, and we prove this with numbers. So we're helping them grow their business, and we're helping them also make the existing patients a lot happier by
Yes.
being on our platform. Eventually, when they saw the data, they believed us and they started to adopt. So it's all about communicating the value to the customer. It's not about, oh, look what I've built, it's so great.
Yeah.
People are busy, they don't care about that. Communicate the value, and learning to do that properly takes a long time. And then you need patience, because you may be ready for them to buy today, but for some people it takes 6 months.
Yeah.
For some people it takes a year. You need patience. On the other side of the challenge equation is capital and finance. It takes time. What about this big team you need to build a product? What about those people out there selling your product, doing marketing material, answering the phones? All of that requires money, and in that space, we raise capital from angel investors. In fact, my first investor was my mother.
Okay.
So it's a classic story of go to your family first,
Yes.
then go to angel investors, then go to venture
Your
capitalists.
friends and-
So
yeah.
we followed that entire trajectory until now. Of course, we're institutionally backed.
All right. So just in conclusion, what are the plans for the future?
Our plans for the future are to turn Recomed into a household name for South Africans. We really are the leading and fastest growing healthcare booking platform and marketplace in South Africa. And our vision is to power the future of healthcare bookings in South Africa and continentally. So I'll be happy when you two people can look at each other and one of them is a Recomed customer, and the same is true in the doctor industry. And by doing that, I really believe we're helping people find care and save time, and that makes us very happy.